It's a warm summer evening in the Bahamian capital of Nassau, and the streets are alive with the sound of music. In a nearby alleyway, a group of young men are huddled around a speaker, nodding their heads to the beat. They're listening to the last release from one of their own, a rapper who goes by the name of Smooth. Smooth is a legend in the Bahamian music scene, and for good reason. He's the one who brought the drill music culture to the Bahamas, creating a unique blend of rap and Bahamian dialect that captured the hearts and minds of music fans across the country. But Smooth's story is about much more than just his music. As the scorching sun beat down on the dusty streets of Nassau's border town area, a child was born on June 15, 1992, amidst the backdrop of poverty, violence, and crime that plagued the region. This child would come to be known as Smooth, a name that belied the harsh realities of his upbringing. Growing up in one of the worst slums in the country, Smooth had to learn to be tough and street smart at a young age. With the constant threat of violence and danger lurking around every corner, he quickly learned to navigate the treacherous terrain of border town with ease. Despite the harshness of his surroundings, Smooth was not without allies. He quickly made friends with two boys in the neighborhood, BJ and Muggy, who would become some of his closest confidants in the years to come. Together, the three of them navigated the mean streets of border town, relying on each other for support and protection. They learned to adapt to their environment, honing their survival skills and street smarts to stay one step ahead of the many dangers that lurked around every corner. But despite the odds stacked against them, Smooth and his friends refused to give up. They held on to their dreams and aspirations, determined to rise above the poverty and violence that threatened to consume them. Through hard work, perseverance, and sheer force of will, Smooth and his friends carved out a path for themselves, one that almost led them away from the harsh realities of border and towards a brighter future. But life in the slums was never easy, and tragedy struck when Muggy was killed. Devastated by the loss, Smooth founded a street organization called Muggy Gang, or MG. It was a way for him to honor his friend's memory and to protect himself and his loved ones in the dangerous world they lived in. Smooth's first foray into the music world came when he linked up with producer Dama Red to record the Hot Nigga Freestyle. Dama and Smooth had grown up on the same streets and had a shared passion for the drill music culture that was exploding in the United States. The song was an instant hit, and Smooth soon became one of the most sought-after artists in the country. But success was fleeting, and Smooth's life was far from easy. He had to deal with the ups and downs of the music industry, as well as the constant threat of violence from rival gangs. After the release of Hot Nigga Freestyle a few months pass, then BJ was killed. We don't know too much about that situation, but he was killed late one night after an argument broke out outside of a club. More on that in future updates, but in the end, it was the law that caught up with him. Smooth is currently in prison for reasons that are unclear, but rumors suggest that he'll be back on the streets in a few months. Smooth's life took a tragic turn when he lost his mother while he was incarcerated. It was a crushing blow to him, one that no one should ever have to endure. Losing a loved one is hard enough, but when you're behind bars and unable to attend the funeral, it's even harder. Smooth was left alone with his grief, unable to talk to anyone about it, unable to find solace in the world around him. But despite this setback, Smooth remained determined to stay strong and keep pushing forward. He knew that his mother would have wanted him to succeed, to make something of himself and his music, and so he continued to write, pouring his heart and soul into every line, every verse, every chorus. His music became his therapy, his outlet for all the pain and frustration he felt inside. Smooth's story is one of resilience and perseverance, of a young man who rose above the odds trying to achieve his dreams. It's a story of a community coming together to create something beautiful, to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. And even though Smooth may be behind bars now, his music lives on, inspiring a new generation of artists to follow in his footsteps and keep the drill music culture alive. Despite the hardships he's faced, Smooth remains an inspiration to many young people in the Bahamas. His music speaks to their struggles and their dreams, and his message of perseverance and determination resonates with those who are trying to make a better life for themselves and their families. Smooth's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of circumstances, there is always hope. It's a story of triumph over adversity, of the power of music to inspire and uplift, and of the strength of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting obstacles. And it's a story that deserves to be told, not just in the Bahamas, but around the world. He was also a thoughtful and introspective person. In one of his statements, he shared some words of wisdom, saying, "What you give to the world you can't take back. Can't have one foot in and one foot out. It's either you got both in or both out. And when you're in too deep, ain't no turning back. So if you're out, stay out. Only the grave or a cell coming from the lifestyle I live." These words reveal the depth of his experiences and his understanding of the consequences of his actions. It's a poignant reminder that the choices we make in life can have lasting impacts on ourselves and those around us. Remember to like and subscribe for the latest content. And feel free to leave a comment on who should we cover in the next episode. As for now, have a great evening, and please stay motivated.